Parents can turn their empty nest into a happy nest in as little as 15 minutes a day. If your children have moved out and you and your partner don't know what to talk about anymore, if your relationship is on the road with destination divorce, then you need to course correct. Seriously, course correct. Life can become complicated, especially now with working parents, busy kids, and so much to manage social life. Ah, it's all way, way, way too much. We've all have a very, very full plate. And before you know it, parents are having separate lives, and the children are the connection between the lives. Most of the time, dads go to work, moms maybe also go to work or stay at home, manage the kids, manage the house. Especially moms have an extremely full plate with play dates and all the obligations because even children have more and more appointments and obligations. And as a mom of two, I know what it's like. Hi, my name is Shaila Cruz, and I help struggling adults to revive their relationship, especially after the kids have moved out. This video is about turning, for parents, about turning their empty nest into a happy nest. But it also includes tips on how to prevent coming into that situation. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. As I already mentioned, two kids, and after I had my youngest one, I was very sick. I've been in pain ever since, and he's actually turning 25 in a few months, so that's been a while. I had a hard time uh, even walking those first 7, 8 years. Was in pain like for half of the month, 2 weeks a month, and maybe even in a wheelchair or in bed for 2 weeks. My husband was working abroad 2 weeks out of the year, out of the month. So uh, I could be managing the kids by myself for 2 weeks, and that could actually be the 2 weeks that I was like very much in pain, immobile, having issues. Um, so, needless to say, we were kind of on different paths. He might be in the US, I'm in the Netherlands, and after that, he might come home for a few days and then go to London or wherever his work was taking me, taking him. And we would try to squeeze in exercising, but that would mean that on the evenings, when he was in the Netherlands, then either he was going to the gym or I was going to the gym, or I was going to appointments, board meetings, and I was a politician back then. So I also had city council meetings. So it was separate lives during daytime and during the evening, and sometimes even on the weekends. The thing is that when you're that busy, you don't even notice that you're drifting apart because you hardly have time to collect your thoughts. You hardly have time to know what you're doing because you're racing and you're all over the place. Life sucks up all your energy. And by the time all responsibilities were fulfilled, it might have been 10, 11 p.m., and there was no time for the two of us. We'd be exhausted. Can you relate to this, by the way? Please let me know in the chat. The danger of drifting apart is not as much that you don't spend time together, but it's that you're also not connecting on an emotional level anymore. It's more as if you become roommates instead of life partners, lovers. So every little thing becomes a nuisance. Not picking up socks, cleaning up after him, daily frustrations that seem to build up to a huge wall between two life partners. And it's hard to make an emotional connection when there is this wall. Frequently, parents are focused mainly on the kids because the kids need it, but the parents need it as well. And there's hardly energy to focus on the parents. There might even be more love between the parents and the kids than there is between the parents. No more hugs and smiles, or hugs and smiles without emotional connection. And by the time the kids are 18 or older, parents might have been drifting apart for decades already. So, in our relationship, and we are together next week, 40 years, so that's been a while as well. I noticed we had these waves going up and down. We'd be super connected and everything would be great. And then the frustrations would start building up and up and up and up. And in order to prevent a big fight, I would take a step back, distance myself, and my husband wouldn't notice. From a distance, it's so much easier to criticize and to see what someone else is doing, what they shouldn't be doing, and judge and nag, my thing probably. Um, it's like being on the lookout for things to blame your life partner. That's kind of the focus then. And then at some point in our relationship, things would escalate. There would be a big fight, and then we would start from the beginning again. But that big fight, things will be said that were hurtful, painful, things that better should not have been said. Can you relate to that? And that got me thinking, like, what if we can prolong the periods between the fights? Or if we can prevent the fights? And I have to admit that this was actually caused by a series of men in our community dying. And um, I was thinking, like, oh, if my husband would die, I would be heartbroken, out of my mind. I wouldn't know what to do. Um, Even though I think I'm very independent, but worked together for 40 years. So if I would lose him, that would definitely shake my world. So I was thinking, like, those women that lost their husband, they would probably give their right arm just to have the opportunity to pick up after their husband, or to whatever daily frustration it is, picking up his socks, or um, whatever daily frustration you have while you still have your life partner, you'd probably give your right hand just to have a daily frustration with your life partner once your life partner is dead. And that got me thinking, like, okay, I want our I want him to feel loved, and I want him to feel appreciated. And we were not in a bad place. Don't get me wrong. We were not in a bad place. But I wanted us to be in a better place. And actually, this was around January 2020. And I started writing some stuff down in March 2020. And you know what probably got that process started. And I've got a few steps that I want to share with you that you could use to revive your relationship and that I've used as well. The first one, I already mentioned it, like feeling loved and appreciated. Doesn't everyone want to feel loved and appreciated? I know I do. The first step is anything you want to feel, you want to get from your partner, give it first. Like if you want to feel loved, make sure you make him or her feel loved. You want to feel appreciated, make sure you make him or her feel appreciated. And you have no idea of the impact of this principle in your relationship because I could see my husband was like 180 degrees turn. And that was really funny because I didn't even tell him. I just did it. And then noticed how he responded without even knowing. So I would love to hear if you practice this, what the outcome is in your relationship. Okay, so the second tip, honestful conversations. I know, I'll keep it here. I can be very critical, maybe a little, nah. Um, this is honestful conversation means in a non-offensive way, inform your life partner about what it is you'd like to have done differently, or what it is you don't like, or what you prefer to be different. Like, honey, would it be possible for us to do this or that in a different way? Or if we could go about this in a different way, that would make me very happy. So it's not offensive at all, but it's opening up the discussion and opening up space to make an agreement on a change. There are no two people that are 100% alike. People are different. Men and women are different. So, of course, your life partner is different from you. Your life partner has a different way of going about things than you do. And even till this day, even though we're together for 40 years, I still discover things that he doesn't like. Really? Okay. I would go about this in another way, but if you prefer it this way, by all means, be my guest. What I mean by this is the acceptance of your life partner going about things in a different way. And the end result might not be as perfect as it would have been if you'd done it yourself, but it is also about leaving each other a little wiggle room. So he gets to do his stuff, what he likes, in the way that he prefers, and I get to do what I like or what's important to me. Okay, that's accepting differences. That was number 3. Then, going on a holiday together. Even if it's just a 2 or a 3-day holiday, just without the kids, spend time together as a couple, not as parents, just as a couple. And I know in the US you have date nights. It's okay. I think I like that, but a date night is still you're still connected to the kids. You have to mind the clock. The sitter, you have, is the sitter on time? Sitter might cancel. The sitter might need to leave. So you have to be back on time. No. I do think that date night is not disconnecting from the kids enough. So I would prefer to go on a holiday 2, 3 days, or even a week or 2 weeks. But I know for you American people, that's a challenge. That's definitely a challenge. Okay, fifth tip, quality time together. I love spending time with my husband. And one of the things we've picked up on, especially these past 2 years during COVID, is to go walking together. In the evening, after dinner, we'll just take a walk, maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours. We'll walk and we'll talk. And I don't know about your life partner or males that watch this video, but I think it's more female like to want to talk a lot, and males prefer not to talk as much. But while we are walking, it's as if the conversation flows very naturally, and it gives us a moment to catch up, even though we see each other every day, all day. But still, what goes on in our head, our mind, the not daily stuff that we talk about. I love that. I love that. Okay, then I think the last step is celebrate. Celebrate anything. I'm always on the lookout for things to celebrate, whether it's a small thing, whether it's a big thing. The small things I might write down in my gratitude journal. The big things, I might post them on Facebook or Instagram, or just have fun with it with my husband. Like, for instance, he squeezed orange juice for me yesterday and the day before yesterday, and then I'll get up and it will be waiting for me on the counter. And I just love it that it's in his head, mind, to take care of me, to make sure I have my vitamin C in the morning by making me freshly squeezed orange juice. Okay, so that's the little things, especially during COVID. Then one of our conversations every morning is, what are we going to eat tonight? And then usually he asks, what would you like to eat? What can I prepare to make you happy? And then he makes me some kind of lavish dinner, which is so much fun to spend that together. So these are the tips. I would love to hear from you, whether you love them. So please let me know in the comments below. If you think you like the topics that I do videos on, please subscribe. And if you'd like to work with me, my email address is below. I would love to hear from you. Have a great day. See you in the next video. Bye.